And we are underway. Game 2 on Super Saturday. And it's Molo to bring it out.
Oh, boy, Molo is absolutely flattened the Wanganitawasi. Coming out of the line, putting a target on the Roosters. Rugby convert absolutely levelled him.
Comes to Walker now on the last play. Here is Savannah kicking out for the Wanganitawasi. What an athlete he is. He just climbed into the night sky in Brisbane, and it's the Roosters who have first points just outside the Dolphins 20. Uelu comes across to Savala. Tedesco is there. Toya now keeps it going. The Wanganitawasi. He has it doubled.
Oh, hold on, things have sparked up. Here it's on for young and old.
They have come from all parts here.
Here we go, he's having none of it.
Go.
Yep.
Will, go.
The Roosters lose two. Tafahu White and Spencer Lemieux.
So Tafa's gone two. Now Molo's going to go, so both sides down to 11. Can you believe it?
And look at this! Siwa Wong has been knocked out cold.
What about this?
He wants to claim a scalp as well. Katoa, Nikarima goes wide. Here's the space. It is a chance for Nafahu to plant it down and score. Here is Savala, Walker, Tedesco, Smith shows it. There's some space. The Roosters score 11 versus 11 after the Dolphins did at the other end, and they are still going at it, these two teams. Set restart. Comes back out to Donahue. He's going to Katoa. Shows it. What a piece of play. Nikarima, Asako, a juggle taken into touch by Sam Walker. Took some stopping there. It was Tafa that got to him. Crash play! Radley goes in. Hit the line like an absolute missile. Inside the red zone once again. From Watson. Comes to Savala. Here is a chance for Tedesco now. Smith with Tupou on his outside. Tries the flick pass himself. Play on off the Dolphin. 6 more tackles for the Roosters. Comes back to White. Keeps it going. Tedesco is there. Out the back. Savala. He gets across the line. Digging for the turf. The referee thinks he got there. He says try. Towards the 20. Been a colossus. Walker gives it to Lemieux. Straight through them. Nobody can stop him. Spencer Lemieux. They picked up from where they left off at half-time. Savala to Walker. Grubbers. Tedesco chasing. Teddy is there.
Well, he's put Tedesco again.
With open space in front of him. They won't get to him. Teddy has a double in double quick time. Yes, it's cash money for the Roosters in Brisbane tonight. On the last, Tedesco. Look down the short side. Comes back to Savala. The Wanganitawasi with the catch, and they don't tackle him. He gets a hat-trick.
Here's Savala.
Off and running. Tedesco again.
Oh, yeah.
Kick it. Don't nobody met it like that. It sits up for Walker. Now he wants a long ball. Looks infield instead. Goes over the top. He fooled everybody. He's an absolute rugby league savant.
This man's form's improving, and I said it's vital.
Walker threads the needle again. Comes out to Tupou, who just backs himself. Now he gets an arm free. Smith is there. Taken down by Fiona. Quick play the ball. Tedesco out to an unmarked Tupou. It is razzle-dazzle Harlem Globetrotters, Sydney Roosters excellence. It's 13 versus 13. Katoa out the back. Nikarima, Tabuai-Fidow, Amarillo, away to Vita Nafahu, who has a second. At full time, the Roosters have taken down the Dolphins 64 points to 12.
Wolfie, not the performance you wanted tonight. Clearly you must be disappointed with that outcome. It's disappointing. The Roosters are very good, obviously. We just weren't so good, and at the end of the day, it's my job to prepare the team and make sure that we're ready to go, and we need to have a look at what we did preparation-wise this week.
What do you think? And I know it's only early after the loss, but it seemed like a lot of errors coming out of your own half with ball that were really costly early. And is that the big area that you'd like to see improved?
I don't think we gave ourselves any chance, to be honest. We spent the majority of that game, and we've been a bit guilty of that a few times, where we're a little bit ill-disciplined in how we're defending teams come out of yardage, and we probably made a few more errors in what we were doing coming out of our own end there tonight as well, which doubles down on that, and you end up spending the whole time defending your line, and we just didn't do that well.
How do you recover from it, Christian, and can you recover from it?
Well, we can, yeah. We get over it and we get into next week. That's what we do.
Do you think, the sin binnings, your team was very aggressive early, and obviously two players went off, and you guys really had the, I think at that stage it might have been 12-6, and then it got to 18-6, and then the costly try there where Azaka got put into touch, and from there on things went south. Do you think losing those two blokes, maybe because of your injury toll, tire a lot of those middle forwards out at the moment? Like it put you guys under a bit of pressure that you saw back into the half and then in the second half?
Well, I just don't understand the sin binnings, to be honest with you. A couple of minutes before that, we had a very slightly high tackle, and blokes run in everywhere to get a penalty. I don't get how we're allowed to do that. And the opposition score. Two of their players come over, we're pushing, we're standing in the dead ball area. Two guys come over pushing and shoving and shaping up. I don't know how blokes are supposed to do. So I just can't understand that those sin bins at all.
Izzy, what was said to you by Jerry when he did put two of your players in the bin?
I think we got the warning. I said before, and he obviously didn't want players running in, and it's just the whole emotion of that carried on into the next set. And then I a little bit similar to Wolfie there, like they've just scored and they're coming past and giving our boys a mouthful, and then I just don't see what our boys are not going to stand there and just cop it. And when someone's going to arc up like that, you got to stand up for yourself before we're not going to let other teams stand over us, and that's something that we pride ourselves on in our club.
Well, like I'd ask the question there, do we have to allow ourselves to get punched to not get sin binned? When there's a man standing in front of you with his hands up ready to shaping up, I don't know what our blokes are supposed to do. And that's not why we lost the game. We need to be a lot better than that, but I just don't understand that situation.
What are the learnings from tonight, and how do you use that next week to get prepared for the Broncos?
Well, look, we maybe got a little bit caught up in the emotion at the start, and we obviously started physical, and there's plenty of emotion in it. You could see that, and I think the Roosters sort of got back down to playing footy and worrying about what they were doing footy-wise a bit quicker than we did, and we just never seemed to get over that.
You were not forward at the start of the year, Christian. That was a huge challenge. I mean, we all know the statistic. It's only a historical thing. You can't concede 50 and win the comp, etc., etc. But I mean, is this? How do you approach this challenge? You're coming up to the Battle of Brisbane. You don't want it to be too emotional. Not as emotional as probably it got there. But how do you look at that?
Look, we're not talking about winning comps or anything like that. So. As I said before, what do we need to do? We need to get over tonight. We need to have a look at what we got wrong, and we need to worry about next week. And obviously we've got some cleaning up to do, but we'll look at how we do that through the week.
How's Ray Stone? Yeah, is Ray all right, and Mark Nichols?
Look, I think Mark's right. He just got a head knock there, and I think he's past that, no dramas. So he seems okay. I'm not quite sure on Ray just yet. He was quite obviously pretty sore.
Do you see, was this sort of performance sort of there waiting to happen with all the players you've had out? Like, you've probably got 8 of your starting team out tonight, and you've been winning in all kinds of ways. Is this like, was this coming, Christian?
No, I don't think so. We're better than what we showed tonight.
Trent, really, you must be happy with that performance. It was really clinical.
Yeah, I thought
really strong mindset right from the start, and then you often see teams sort of come in at half time, they've played well with a lead, and then it just goes tit for tat. I thought they came out, scored 2 tries in the first 10, and still put the foot down right to the end. So I think that was really positive signs for the mindset of the team.
Christian Wolf said just then he didn't think any of those 4 players should have been sent to the sin bin. He just was absolutely dumbfounded by the decisions, just from a coaching perspective, not on the whole incident, but just the ruling behind putting 4 off at once.
Yeah, there was obviously the incident just before that happened, and then as soon as they put a warning out, he sort of knew that it was all a fair bit of hot air after the try. Like, not much happened. It was just it was push and shove, but the warning 30 seconds before, probably, I think obviously that pushed him into sending, but 4 off was a lot. It seemed like possibly 1 from each side would have been enough because nothing really happened. Anyway, it was Warren Ryan's 11 v 11, so we got to see 10 minutes of that and see how it went.
What did you make? Obviously, like next year, Teddy, you won the Arthur Beetson medal tonight. You must be terribly proud. But Trent, I'll start with you about just his form was tonight unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of. If you're going to watch how to play fullback, you've watching Ted play. A lot of fullbacks want the sweep lines. They get known for swinging out wide and creating 3-on-2s and all of that. Ted starts at the ruck, then moves to an edge, then moves to the other edge, and then chases a kick, and then fields a kick. There's so much variety in his play. And we obviously opened up the ruck tonight on the back of Ted. I thought Nafahu White did a really strong job with a lot of other guys, but Teddy was the catalyst for opening up their middle. And then when they covered that, then he went to the edges with guys. So, about 10 minutes to go, I said to Justin Holbrook, just about Teddy's variety in his game. It was pretty special.
What did you make of the way White and Lenu came back from being bin too? Obviously, there was a bit of heat there. Like you say, it's hot air, but it was hot air heat, if you want to call it that. But the way they came back and Spencer making that break, and he obviously relishes being the villain of the piece, but he actually played extremely well. What did you make of the way they came back?
I think that was, 2 parts. They came back on. There was 20 minutes into the game, and there was a lot in that. And then they both came back, and they obviously, the pair of them, I saw them at half time, and they were sitting next to each other, and they both apologised for getting sent to the bin, but they must have talked it during that 10 minutes, and then they set a tone with the dial back a couple of notches from when they left, and then they took over the defence and the attack. And then, Spenny's try was great. That's a really nice forwards try to break on that line and then to run around the fullback. So, and then they started the second half and got the tone started there for us again. So, it's a credit to them. The front rowers, they were upset about their half getting sort of had a go at. They went too far, they go to the bin, and then they dial it back and get back to work. So, that's a good day for a front rower.
You must love that, Teddy. As a captain, you saw what happened, and then they come back and do that and lead as you did, but you must. And White was fantastic last week too.
Yeah, definitely. I think Fahu's been our best all year, the way he's led the forward pack. He's been unbelievable. He's only played 50 games the other week, so he's an unbelievable leader of our pack. And Spencer's, like you said, he relishes in that villain role. But I think they both knew when they came back on that they, let us down a bit, leaving us out there with only 11. But again, they came on and changed the momentum and got us rolling through the middle, and then our spine sort of took advantage of that. So, I think after they came back on, they were really pleasing for us.
The last 2 weeks, you've got, I think, the Dogs next week.
Yeah.
You've only conceded 16 whatever points it is the last 2 weeks, and people will be looking over their shoulders at your team. But that what a great preparation that is coming into such a big game, and you got destiny in your own hands a little bit, Teddy. There.
Yeah. Well, the best defensive teams win the comp at the end of the year, and we've. I think after the bye, sort of those 3-4 games, we let in a lot of points, and we spoke about that. And the last 2 rounds, we've really had that mentality of defending our goal line with everything, and we've really showed that against 2 pretty good attacking teams. But Bulldogs have Been one or two best teams all year, so it's going to be a good challenge for us. But yeah, our last 2 weeks has been our best footy. Tonight's been our best 80-minute performance, and we'll take our lessons, get our recovery on, and be ready to go. It's another do or die game next Friday, so looking forward to it.
So do you know what Sammy Walker's going to be doing on the field all the time? He was great this evening.
Sorry, what was the question?
Do you know what Sammy's going to do when he's on the field?
Not really, no. He's a very high instinctive player. I'm just loving having him back. Him and Hugo, they've only played 3-4 games together. We're just building on that combination, and I think those two really complement each other really well. Hugo's controlling the game, it's a kicking game, and his communication. And then Sammy's playing footy, so it's a really good balance, and we're going to keep getting better and better. But yeah, Sammy, to come back after an ACL, it's not easy, and he's come back, hit the ground running, which is not easy to do. But it's a credit to him the way he's come back and attacked the game, and I love playing with Sammy. He's just a high instinctive, very skillful, sees the game really well. So he's been awesome.
Trent, round one, we all know what went on there, and then you came here and I think you had a win early on in the season. We asked you about this side, and you said we've got to coach them. They're young blokes. We've got to get games in them. You've got a game plan. And as the season's gone on, this side's got better and better. Is it now to the point where, even though you still remain ninth, just on for and against at the moment, are you starting to see where you are envisioning this side, and are you a little ahead of schedule in your opinion on this side and its performance at the moment?
There's a lot of belief in what we could do right from the start of the year. We were very clear on what we thought we were going to do, but we knew we were going to have to play more minutes for guys, and we knew we were going to have to play first games for guys and get as many games in as we could and re-establish a bit of identity on who we are. I think we're getting really close to that. I think we've been really focused week to week. We sort of know our style of footy. I think we're getting close to that. Next week will be a really clear picture of where we're at and whether we're going to make a difference this year. So, like where we're going, challenge right in front of us.
So what about marking Mark? 3 tonight.
Did he? Yeah, okay.
We've spoken about him a lot, and I think Kevy said he's looking at him as could become a dual international. I mean, his trajectory, and what did you like about what you saw tonight and where he could go the rest of the season?
Well, I think the first thing I noticed, he obviously had the kick try pretty early off Hugo's Sammy to Hugo there, but his backfield carries tonight were much better than the last week. He had one carry where I think he got tackled on the 10 and he ended up getting to the 20 post contact. He was really physical carrying the ball, and I think that's what Kevy would be looking at as well, someone that's going to do the hard work, going to defend well, and then also going to have instinctive plays when it comes to that time. And he's on maybe 20 games in now, 21 games in. He's on a really, really good path. You can see he enjoys playing our game. I don't know about playing that, but I just know that he's a very good player and he's still got improvement in him.